Hello, happy Tea Tuesday. So I just harvested some mint from my garden, from my container garden, and there's all sorts of mints in here. There's apple mint, there is chocolate mint, there's lemon mint, there's candy mint, and a couple of them are mints that have come back every year but have lost their tag. So happy Tea Tuesday. I'm going to make some mint and lemon balm tea. I still have to go pick the lemon balm, which is all over the place. So these are a couple of my containers of mint, and these have been coming back for a couple years already. And over here is all my lemon balm. It's out of control. I need to cut some of it back, pull some of it out, but this is all lemon balm. All of it. It's just out of control. And over here I have lemon balm. And over here I have lemon balm. So it's a bit much. And then over here I have, guess what? More lemon balm. And over there in the back, I should really move these three containers. They're different mints and they're not getting enough sun there, so I have to move those. Anyway, I'm going to pick some lemon balm and then I will make some tea. Hello, I'm back. So that was all my mint. I'm going to make a mixture of the different mints. I want to try that. And I'll probably dry some of it, and the rest I'll make in a French press and then make some iced tea. I think that would be really refreshing. So I went over my mom's today and helped her out with a couple things, and I got some free stuff. She loves to give me free stuff, and I appreciate that. So the first thing she gave me was 4 bananas. So I'm either going to freeze these, and she said, oh, you can make banana bread. So maybe I'll make some banana muffins or something. So I got those. And then my mom always gardens. She's got maybe a 8 by 12, something like that, garden that she has fenced off. And she must have planted garlic out there years ago, but she hasn't gardened in a few years. So anyway, there is garlic all over that garden now, and it's hardneck garlic. And she said, oh, I went out there and I dug one up. So she says, look it. So she dug up a garlic bulb. I was so excited. It's like, oh, you should smell this. Here, smell this. Oops, where is it? Smell this. Oh my God, it smells so good. Oh, I could smell that all day long. But anyway, I'm going to take one of these bulbs, not this one. I think I'm going to eat this one. But in September, I'm going to plant some in one of my garden boxes and see what happens. Now this year I did plant some, but I have to see, I'm going to leave them in until the cold weather comes and dig one up and see if I have any bulbs. But, or maybe I'll just leave them until spring. I don't know. But I'm so excited. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to dig up all the garlic bulbs, and I will have garlic. My mom will have garlic. My daughter will have garlic for the whole winter. So I'm real excited about that. Then we always take a little look-see at her flowers, and she has a lot of perennial things that come back. So I gathered some seeds, and I got a bunch of calendula seeds, and they're kind of fun because once the little cup dries out, if you just tip it, all these seeds fall out, and these reseed themselves. So in calendula, they're very good for medicinal reasons. I'd have to look it up. But you can also, I believe, eat the flowers. But check on that before you eat your calendula. Then she has like a yellow daisy kind of flower that also had seed pods. I'm not sure what they were. but their little seeds look like commas. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So I got a bunch of those, and those were yellow too. So I got those, and I will plant those probably next spring. And then these pods, they make little blue flowers. I don't know if any of you know what these are. If you do, you know the name of them, leave me a comment below and let me know. But they're really pretty, and they're almost like a little balloon kind of flower. And in here, it's all full of seeds. She has blue and yellow, or blue and white ones. So I like the blue ones. So I gathered a bunch of those. So more seeds. I have so many seeds you wouldn't even believe it. One of these days I'll have to show you my seed collection. But as you all know, I'm on a no spend, so it was really nice getting something for free. But I did get a book that I had pre-ordered before I decided to do the no spend. And this book just came out. It's by Mark Sauce Thompson. Some of you vegans and vegetarians, you've probably heard of him, and this is his new cookbook. And I look through it, and it's got a lot of really nice ideas and recipes, and something that you can build on and mix and match and make your own recipes. So I didn't buy this during my no spend, but I ordered this about a month ago, and it just came yesterday. So, and it's got a lot of nice pictures in there. And even if you're not vegan or vegetarian, you know, you might want to check out his channel. If I remember, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. But his YouTube channel is Saustache. And I think he's also on Facebook. So check it out. And another good resource, if you're into making seitan, for those of you that don't know what seitan is, it's a vegan wheat meat. It's made out of the vital wheat gluten from wheat. So it's just the gluten. If you're gluten intolerant, that would not be the thing for you. But he does all kinds of experiments with different things and comes up with some really cool things. He tries to reproduce some of the store-bought things with the ingredients that he has. So it's really interesting. And another good resource for people that like seitan and like to make different recipes from it is the Seitan Appreciation Society. And so you might want to check those out if you're vegan, vegetarian, or if you just want to do less meat or a meat-free Monday or whatever. So anyway, I'm going to get to making my tea. And I've demonstrated before how you make tea in a French press, so I'm not going to do that again. But if I think of it, I will link another Tea Tuesday. I have a playlist that is called Tea Tuesday. So if you have any interest in checking that out, you can check it out in the playlist. And if I remember, I'm not real good at remembering to do this once my video posts, but I'll try and remember to link the playlist below. So last week I made a video using 12 ounces of impossible meat, which is something you can also buy a pound of ground meat, and I ended up getting 5 meals out of it, and the original cost of the impossible meat was, I believe, $4.99. So I had a lot of meals for very cheap. So stretch out your ground meat or your impossible meat as much as you can. And last night for dinner, I had the little mini meatloaf. I had half of that, And I made smashed potatoes, like red, white, and blue smashed potatoes. And I put some ranch dressing and butter on it, salt, pepper, and oh, those were the potatoes I grew in my garden. They were so good. I mean, they were really, really good. So if you have a little space, even if you have a balcony, think about growing some things. Grow mint, or you can grow lettuces. You can grow some peppers, tomatoes. If you can't grow full-blown tomatoes, you can do cherry tomatoes. You might want to think about doing determinate tomatoes because those don't keep growing and growing. The difference between those and the indeterminate tomatoes is the indeterminate tomatoes keep on producing, but they usually grow into big vines, so you may not have the space for that. But the determinate tomatoes, they sort of produce everything all at once. So if you have 2 or 3 plants, it would probably give you a lot of tomatoes, and you may have to freeze some or make sauce, or because you'll have a lot of tomatoes coming ripe all at once. So, and you don't really trim the determinate tomatoes, but you do the indeterminate tomatoes. You take the suckers off, but you don't do that with the determinate tomatoes because then you have less yield. So that's just a little bit of something that I've learned. And there are also determinate and indeterminate potatoes. Same thing. The indeterminate potatoes keep growing in layers, where the indeterminate potatoes kind of produce all their potatoes all at the root base of the potato plant. So, but my potatoes, I had red, I had white, and I had purple, but the ones that I planted were called red, white, and blue. So, but they were so good. And I didn't make mashed potatoes out of them. I just took them, I roasted them all at once in the oven. And then I took a portion and I just made smashed potatoes. So I just mashed them a little bit, and that's what I did. And they'd be really good if you put some chives on the top or green onions, and oh, they were just so good. So even if you can't grow potatoes, you might want to think about buying some in the store, because I've seen them in the store too, where you can buy the little bags. They're not cheap, but where you can buy the new potatoes and roast them first, and then you can keep them in the fridge, and you can put them in your air fryer and crisp them up, or you can make the smashed potatoes out of them. But especially as a single person, if a 5-pound bag of potatoes is too much for you, you might want to think about getting the smaller bags of the new potatoes. They even have them where you can make them in the microwave. But I'm digressing here. The conversation has morphed into something else. But going back to planting things, if you just have a little space, get yourself some buckets. They don't have to be pretty. Make sure you drill some holes in them. Now, what I've been doing with mine, now this has been a really, really rainy July. We've had a ton of rain. So, but instead of drilling holes in the bottom, I've drilled holes about an inch or so up on the bucket. And that way it holds some water in the bottom, and your plants don't dry out as fast. Now, if you garden in the grow bags, those dry out pretty fast, but a pot does not. So that's just a little trick I've learned. But I mean, you can grow all kinds of things. You can regrow celery and just keep harvesting it. It's like a cut and come again. Harvest the outside leaves of your lettuce, of your celery. You can grow all kinds of things that way. So think about saving some money and at least having some herbs. You can garden on a windowsill. You can buy a shop light. It doesn't have to be a grow light because grow lights are pretty expensive. So you can garden with a shop light, or you can buy bulbs that are garden bulbs. If you have like a lamp, they have those goofy looking lamps with all the arms that bend. You can get 2 or 3 grow lights and put them in there and then shine them on your plants. So, and another thing, I grew another avocado pit. They keep growing in my composter, and I don't have the heart to throw them away or leave them in there. So that's the 5th one that has sprouted in the composter. So if you want to grow an avocado, stick your pits in the composter. So now if you don't have a lot of money to start a garden, gardeners, if you know people that are gardeners, let me tell you, gardeners are always thrilled to share their starters. And if they're like a lot of gardeners, including me, they always start way too many seeds and then they don't know what to do with them. So if you have a friend or a relative, or we all know somebody that likes to garden, you might want to ask them if they're willing to share their starts with you. And if you're going to garden in a container, just buy the best garden soil or the best potting soil that you can afford. And if that means Dollar Tree or whatever, and you can use banana peels in there, you can use eggshells, coffee, all kinds of cheap things that you can make a little compost with. They have kitchen composters. You can get yourself a little free bucket and make compost out of that, and then add that to your cheaper garden soil and garden in that. So, and if you're strapped for money, there's a garden channel. He has a Facebook and a YouTube channel, and it's called Gardening with Skinny Boy Randy. He's a delightful guy that just loves to garden on the cheap, and he's really entertaining. He's a lot of fun, and his community of gardeners, they're just really nice people. They want to help you out, and he's just really funny. So if you have any interest at all, he does container gardening, and he also has some raised beds, and he loves to garden in buckets and seeds from the Dollar Tree and all their containers, and that's a good place to get containers in the spring. Now they don't have a whole lot of containers now, but if you want to start a fall garden, it's not too late. It's too late for tomatoes and peppers and things like that, but you can still grow spinach and lettuce in the cooler months, all kinds of things. And he shows you on there what you can still grow. Now he gardens out of, I think, Virginia or West Virginia, one of those places. But he goes over what you can still garden on the different months. So if Dollar Tree is out of pots, go into their organizing section and pick up some containers there. You can even get a laundry basket and get the laundry, what do you call them? When mesh, when you put your clothes in the mesh bags, I guess you call them. And you can line the laundry baskets with the mesh bags, and then you can put the dirt in and the dirt doesn't fall out. So for $2, you have a decent pot, and you can grow veggies. So think about growing a container garden and check out a lot of the frugal gardening channels. There's a ton of them on Facebook. There's a ton of them on YouTube, and you can grow things. So I just wanted to throw that in there. If I remember again, I will put his channel down in the description box below. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. just trying to think of some ways to save more money and help you out, and so you can have fresh food, because a lot of times, and it's random, you don't know what they're going to be out of. It could be anything, as we know with the toilet paper. So make yourself as self-sufficient as you can. It gives you peace of mind, and it's a good thing. All right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I'm not going to be drinking my tea yet because I haven't made it yet, but I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.